Have you ever wondered what happens when your life suddenly becomes a game with fire? My evening started like any other, heading home, till two white cops decided I was just another black guy with something illegal in my car. They didn't know they had just stopped a guy who could destroy them with a single phone call, but they didn't realize that this was just the beginning. What happens next? See for yourself. All right, buckle up, because this is the kind of night you don't forget. You ever been just minding your own business, doing your thing, and then bam, life smacks you in the face like a brick? Yeah, that was me, Mark, 42 years old, chief of internal affairs, just trying to get home after a long day of sifting through paperwork and dodging people's nonsense. It was one of those nights, dark out, streets empty. The only sound was the hum of my car engine and the occasional flicker of a streetlight. Wasn't even thinking about much, just planning to chill and grab some food, maybe a beer or two. But life had other plans. I was cruising down this quiet street, not a soul in sight, when all of a sudden, I see these flashing lights behind me. I swear, my heart dropped for a sec. I thought, what the hell did I do now? You know that feeling when you're doing nothing wrong but still think you might get caught for something dumb? Yeah, that was me. So I pull over, trying not to panic. I cut the engine, let out a sigh, and roll down my window. My head's still spinning like, is this really happening? Out steps this cop, all cocky like he's ready to throw me into the slammer. And right behind him, another one, standing there just waiting to get involved. Like, come on, is this some sort of tag team? What is this? Amateur hour. Evening, sir, the first cop says, a little too chill for my liking. I'm already like, what now? He then drops this line, can you step out of the car, please? I'm standing there looking at him like he just asked me to do a backflip in the middle of the street. I blink a couple of times, processing. Then I ask, trying to keep it cool, did I do something wrong, officer? This is where things start to take a turn for the worse. The second cop, the one with the serious don't mess with me vibe, leans in. You gonna be asking questions, huh? He sneers, crossing his arms. I don't know, maybe you're carrying something you shouldn't be. I'm already starting to feel that rage bubbling up. First of all, I ain't done a damn thing wrong. And second of all, I'm a grown-ass man who's been doing this job long enough to see through bullcrap. But I keep it cool. I ain't about to let them get under my skin. Not yet, anyway. Really? I say, raising an eyebrow. You guys think I'm hauling illegal stuff just because you feel like it? I can see the smirk on their faces, like they've already decided what kind of person I am. Like, what's the deal with that? The arrogance, the whole I'm better than you vibe? You think you're untouchable? One of the cops says, eyeing me like I'm the criminal here. You ever seen what happens when you mess with the wrong people? At this point, I'm starting to get this gnawing feeling, like I'm trapped in some twisted game that they think they're winning. And it's not just that they're messing with me. It's the whole vibe. The way they look at me, like I'm some stereotype they've already painted in their heads. And I know what they think. It's so obvious. It's not even hidden anymore. Bro, you seriously asking me that? You have no idea who you're dealing with, I say, my voice steady, but the tension is building. You got no clue what this could turn into. And right then, just as I'm about to tell them to back off, they start going through my car. My car, like they own it. It's my personal space, my property, and here they are rifling through it like they're on some treasure hunt. They throw my stuff around like it's trash, like I don't matter. Yo, what the hell do you think you're doing? I snap. I told you, I haven't done anything wrong. One of the cops looks back at me, his eyes cold, and says, don't make us get rough, man. We can lock you up if we want to. At that moment, everything inside me screamed to break free, to push back, to show them that I wasn't just some guy they could bully. But I stay calm. I breathe, keeping the anger at bay. I'm not about to give them the satisfaction. I can feel the heat of their words, but I won't let it burn me. Not now, not ever. I stand there trying to keep it together. You really don't know who you're messing with, huh? That's when I drop the bomb. I'm the head of internal affairs, I say, slow and deliberate. My voice carries this weight, like it's got the power to change the whole damn situation. Their faces? You should have seen their faces. It's like the air got sucked out of the street. Their cockiness, gone in a second. They didn't even know how to process it. I mean, I know I'm supposed to be all professional, all cool and calm, but damn it, I was pissed. I've spent years trying to clean up corruption in this city, and now I'm the one getting treated like some kind of criminal? Hell no. I stand there, staring them down, my mind racing. They didn't just stop a random guy on the street. No, they stopped the guy who can bring the whole damn system crashing down if I want to. The tension in the air thickens. I see them shifting, looking at each other like they've been caught in a lie they didn't know existed. You could cut that silence with a knife. But the real question is, what now? All right, so now we're here. These two cops are standing there, looking at me like I'm some kind of joke. But deep down, I know they realize they've just kicked a hornet's nest. But here's the thing. When you've spent years in a job like mine, dealing with dirty politicians, backstabbers, and criminals, you get a pretty good idea of who's bluffing and who's actually dangerous. And trust me, these two, they were bluffing hard. But it doesn't matter, right? You ever been in a situation where you just know everything's about to escalate and you can't stop it? That moment when you realize the tension's gonna snap and there's no turning back. Yeah, that's what I felt. My heartbeat was louder than my thoughts. But I wasn't about to give in. No way. So I'm standing there, dead in the eyes of these two officers who are now realizing they might have messed with the wrong guy. But you can't just stop there, right? You gotta keep the pressure on. If you show them you're the one in control, that's when the game changes. So I lean in a bit, crossing my arms, like I'm the one who's in charge here. Look, I say, trying to stay calm, but the heat's still rising inside me. You guys really don't want to go down this road. You're not just dealing with any random dude. I'm the guy who cleans up your messes. I don't raise my voice, but I make sure it's crystal clear. You want to play games, huh? Let's see how this goes when I make a call. The first cop, the one who's been all cocky up until now, shifts uncomfortably. I can see the doubt creeping into his eyes. He wasn't expecting this, and I don't blame him. No one expects the guy they just decided to mess with to be the one with the power to turn the tables. I can feel the power shift like the air just got thicker between us. He opens his mouth to say something, but I cut him off. You're trying to flex, but you don't realize what you've just done. You think this is funny? You think I'm just gonna sit back and let you treat me like this? There's a moment of silence. And I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty satisfying to watch them squirm. But then, the second cop, the one who was standing there like a damn statue this whole time, finally speaks up. All right, man, he says, his voice a little more tense. You said your internal affairs, but you're really gonna pull that card now? You think you can make us just walk away from this? I can tell he's trying to act like it's no big deal, but I've seen this act before. This isn't about power, it's about pride. They thought they were untouchable. They thought because they were wearing the badge, they could do whatever they wanted. But they didn't count on me being the one to bring their whole damn world down. Let me make this real clear for you, I say, my tone cool and sharp now. I don't have to do anything, but you guys, you've got a hell of a lot to lose. So don't try me. You might think you're untouchable, but trust me, you're not. The silence that follows is so thick you could cut it with a knife. I can practically feel the shift in the air. The realization that maybe, just maybe, they're not in control of this situation anymore. Their faces? Oh, I saw it. The first flicker of doubt. They start backing off a little, their arrogance shrinking, but it's too late to reverse this. I know this game. I know exactly how to play it. So I pull out my phone, dial up a number, and hold it up like it's my trump card. Let's see how you handle this, huh? I say, glancing at the first cop, who's trying hard not to look panicked now. You're really gonna screw with a guy who can have this whole thing blown wide open in the next 5 minutes? I'm not even exaggerating. It would take one call to the right person and their entire day would go to hell. Maybe even their careers. They don't realize how deep they're in, but trust me, it's deeper than they think. And I'm not the type to back down, not when I know I've got them in a corner. I can see the second cop starting to hesitate. He's still trying to play it cool, but it's not working anymore. The tension's at a breaking point. He knows he's not just dealing with some regular guy on the street. He's dealing with someone who's about to turn everything upside down. All right, the first cop finally says, throwing his hands up like he's had enough. We didn't mean anything by it. We're just doing our job, man. Let's just call it a misunderstanding. I laugh. It's a short, dry sound, full of disbelief. Misunderstanding? You really think you can just sweep this under the rug? Nah, man, this isn't just some little mistake you can forget about. You crossed a line tonight, and I'm not about to let it slide. I can see the change in their eyes. The realization that this is no longer a game. This is real. The facade they've been hiding behind is falling apart, piece by piece. and all because they decided to mess with the wrong person. They could have just left it at a routine stop, but now they're in deep. At this point, I don't even have to say anything else. The message is clear, they know what I'm capable of, and as they stand there, nervously shuffling their feet, trying to figure out what the hell to do next, I can't help but smile a little. I may have just turned their world upside down, and I was just getting started. All right, if you thought the tension was thick before, buckle up, because this is where it goes from 0 to 100 real quick. The first cop, let's call him Officer Jerk, he's still standing there, hands up like he's some innocent little lamb that didn't just mess with the wrong guy. His buddy, Officer Cold Stare, he's got this look on his face like he's trying to figure out if he can still salvage this situation. Like maybe if he apologizes, I'll just let it slide. Yeah, right. I can feel the power shift. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like the weight of the world is suddenly on my shoulders and they can't ignore it. Everything I've worked for, everything I stand for, it's like all that pressure is just sitting between us. And they know it. They can feel it. But they're not backing down. They're not ready to admit they've crossed a line they can't come back from. I'm still standing there, cool as ever. But let's be real. Inside, I'm boiling. I'm trying to keep my calm, but every second they stand there trying to act like this is all a misunderstanding, I just want to lose it. I don't think they get it. Listen, Officer Jerk starts again, like his little speech is going to fix anything. We didn't mean to step on your toes. We were just doing our job. Doing your job? I almost laugh in his face. Doing your job, I repeat, shaking my head. Bro, your job is to serve and protect, not harass people on the street because you think you're above everyone else. You've got no idea who you're talking to. I can see it now. They're getting nervous. They're shifting their weight, looking back at each other like they're not sure what's coming next. The first crack in their cool exterior is showing, the mask's slipping, but they're still trying to play it off. Look, Officer Cold Stare says, finally speaking up again. We're just two guys trying to do our job, all right? We're not the enemy here. I take a step closer to him, keeping my voice low but cutting like a knife. No, you're not the enemy. You're just two guys who thought you could pick a fight with someone who's got enough dirt on you to bury your careers in a heartbeat. You want to talk about doing your job? You've been doing a hell of a bad job tonight, and that's when I see it. The flash of doubt in their eyes. The realization that I've got them on the ropes. This whole situation, this power struggle, it's mine now. I'm the one holding the cards, and I'm going to play them every damn way I can. They try to stand taller, trying to salvage what's left of their authority, but deep down, they know they're losing this fight, and I'm not even breaking a sweat. I don't know if you guys think this is just some regular traffic stop, but it's not, I say, voice steady. But the fury is there, right beneath the surface. You think I'm just some guy you can bully and walk all over? Nah, man. This is the kind of thing that gets people fired. This is the kind of thing that gets you in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Officer Jerk opens his mouth to respond, but I cut him off, leaning in just a little closer. You want to gamble your job on a whim? You want to see how far you can push before it all comes crashing down? And that's the point where they get it. The moment they realize that I'm not bluffing. I'm not playing some game with them. This isn't some back and forth where they can just shake it off. This is the kind of stuff that makes careers go up in smoke. They've been poking a bear, and they didn't realize they were in the cage. For a second, I see it. The look of panic flashing behind their eyes. They don't know what to do now. They're not sure if they should apologize, if they should call it quits, or if they should keep going and risk everything. All right, we get it, Officer Cold Stare says, his voice a little weaker now. We didn't know who you were, okay? We thought, yeah, I get it, I interrupt. You thought I was just another guy on the street, but you were wrong. And now you're going to find out just how wrong you were. I take a step back, and for the first time, I actually let them have it, fully. I pull out my phone again and dial the number of someone who really matters, someone who could get this whole situation handled in an instant. As the phone rings, I don't even look at them. I'm too busy playing my hand. Hello, comes the voice on the other end. I know the guy. He's someone who can move mountains when he needs to. And believe me, this is one of those moments. Yeah, it's Mark, I say, keeping my voice casual like we're just having a normal chat. Got a couple of officers here who decided to make a scene for no reason. Thought you should know. I'd hate to see this blow up, but if it does, it's all on them. I can practically hear the other person's eyebrows raised through the phone. You got it, he says. And I know this is about to go way past just me and these two cops. I hang up, slowly looking back at Officer Jerk and Officer Cold Stare. So, I say, with that smug little smile I've been trying to hold back, what happens now? The silence between us is so thick you could slice it with a butter knife. They don't say a word. They don't need to. The realization has hit them. There's no way out. They just signed their fate with their own arrogance. And now it's time to see who's got the real power. I lean back, watching the whole thing unfold, knowing that this is just the beginning. These guys, they thought they could walk all over me. But now, it's game over for them. They just don't know it yet. If I were in his shoes, I'd probably be feeling the same mix of anger and frustration, but also a deep sense of responsibility. He's got the power to make things right, and it's clear he's not backing down. If you've ever had to face unfair treatment or just felt like you were being treated wrong, you know how important it is to stand your ground. It's tough, but someone has to call out the bullies and make a change. Have you ever been in a situation like that? Maybe with the cops or even at work or school? Share your thoughts. What would you do if you were in Mark's position? Hit that like button if you think people deserve to be treated with respect, no matter who they are. And don't forget to comment below. This story isn't just about one person. It's a reminder that we all have a responsibility to call out injustice when we see it. Your opinion matters. Let's make the world a better place by shining a light on the issues that need to be fixed. Stay strong, and remember, we're all in this together.